what would you recommend for a 4-year-old? So there are games, there are whole lines of games. So Haba, H-A-B-A, does an amazing line of games for younger kids and grows up age by age. I haven't played a lot of those because my kids are a lot older now, but there was one about a crow in an orchard with fruit, and I can't remember the name. If you Google crow orchard fruit Haba game, you'll find it. There's one I played recently just for fun. It's called Space Planets, oddly named, but it has very basic rules that can then sort of teach kids about dice rolling and teach kids about dexterity and landing the dice on particular things and building up resources and things like that. A little bit older, there's Robot Turtles, which is actually theoretically modeled on, it's actually modeled on programming. And the idea of teaching kids to program moves ahead is kind of like Turtle Logo. You're moving your turtles around trying to get them to pick up gems, because turtles love gems. And then beyond that, there's Code Monkey Island, which is for older kids, which teaches them to actually program their if conditions, and there are their variables and things like that, which are interesting. But I just kind of like taking any game, especially dexterity games, where you're throwing things around, and try and simplify the rules as much as possible. And if it breaks the rules, it doesn't matter, right? Just have fun with it, and then gradually introduce more rules as you go along. You could play a Monopoly with kids and just have it be about going around the board and winning or losing, dollar notes or whatever it might be. So you can play that way. I tend to steer clear of games that, quite honestly, that are just luck-based. I think it teaches kids that they have no control. Shoots and ladders and all that basically teaches you that there's nothing you can do except the fates are there, and I don't like that as a teaching technique for kids with that and Candyland and things like that. But there are all sorts of games you can just take out a set of dice and try and teach kids the probabilities of rolling dice, or just roll dice and see what happens. Like any sort of push your luck with dice is really fun. But I think you can just start with any games and just enjoy them and try and simplify them for your kids. You know your kids better than anybody else, so you use whatever rules you think will work for them.